Uzosixabanisa ntombi fihla Kazibambe fundo zibamba ntombi Uqolo makwafeni usakhumbula ngithi Savumelana lento yethu soshayela phansi manje fihla Kazibambe fundo zibamba ntombi Nginabantwana mina Nginomfazi mina ntombi fihla Kazibambe fundo zibamba ntombi
Kunzima ukubona umuntu othwele because umuntu othwele uyafana nomfundisi okhohlisayo esontweni athi ningayisebenzisa imithi abe ahamba gogo bathini abe ahamba khehlekelezi inkulu yabona masikhuluma ngama-boys inkulu sikhuluma ngabantu abaphethe ubhoja sikhuluma senendalo maqungaquleka njenge-rice yabona
Bana basikole babona imihlolo babona isipoko ngakaye aloya Bembuza wathakoti langalingashona sibona into engabonwa Engithi thutha mthakathi Sizokushisa mthakathi Engithi thutha mthakathi Tata go kwakho Sizokushisa mthakathi
The witch is after my soul, just don't let me get in my zone. I got dreams, you know I got goals, and I'm only playing if we're talking roles. I won't let you shoot my dreams down. You can feel that shit in this sound. We won't tolerate this shit in this town. Get my crown here, it's just as it sounds. I ain't being wonderful for no human, so it ain't nothing like what you assuming. Whether supernatural, superhuman, or super stupid motherfucker, you know I'll be human. Keep your hands to yourself, and don't ever think on my wealth. I can have you hating myself, and your heart supporting my wealth. Who let the wedge out? Rest guy, let me reach out. He been lurking in evil, keep your hands on the evil. He been working, doing shit that's pretty much lethal. Don't let a rat smith catch your ass out. Never met a motherfucker that can match your ass out. I'm him, I'ma tell your ass now, I'll win. You'll never succeed, you gon' pay for your sins. I dare you to cross my path, you gon' feel my wrath. You can harm my flash, that's cool, but you can never rip the soul of a good man down. Get a good man down, they gon' get right up. I'ma get right up, I'ma take your ass down, I'ma let it slut up. Don't get a young nigga tried up, I'ma take your ass down, I'ma take a flight up. Cop me new, but I live your ass straight up. Like
I'll get you too tired.
Okay, I'm in this. Bizondaba nabo fagas. I know they don't want it, but they kayaks or kagas. I need myself a bag. I can hold 10 million cash. You can fuck with my pet, but you gon' feel the wrath. I need myself a Bentley. I need my face on telly. I need me a yellow ready. Trust me, I was tryna get it. I really had no nothing. I'm from deep inside the country. I need bright lights on my wrist. I'm tryna shine bright in this bitch. And I ain't worried about no bitch. That's why I look up and I ask for cheap. All my life I've been tryna beat my peace. Now the money is the only thing I for keeps. Only my meaning I show me. Next year we'll be poppy.
Bana basikole babona imihlolo babona isipoko ngakaye aloya Bembuza wathakoti langalingashona sibona into engabonwa Engithi thutha mthakathi Sizokushisa mthakathi I'll get you too tired. Tata go kwakho. Sizokushisa mthakathi Yamemeza inkunzi emnyama sobhozi ungaqhikaza zonke intombi. Yimi njalo wathi ngunomqanga nomqinga mgomqhoze egqonsa amazinya aqonga. Ngicoma ngaqamalaza ngiphambonisa umlenze sokuhlanipha emadodeni. Ngavula, wangena, ngavala, ngabe ngasengaliphosa igwinye emafutheni. Makufika mina kuba lincane unyawo ensizweni. Ashela dameti man. Aweba pem imali ngeni akuvele kubuya itaxi lam ngilithwalisa ingane awezinsiza lo muntu uyadripa bathi ngendongeni bakhumbuza ushakazu namhlanje kusaphela ingwabela yaphela ingwabela Ngigqoke ijesi namadayisi ngingwabela Yaphela ingwabela Nikhumbuza kudala Ngathi mina kudlalela Ngigqoke ijesi namadayisi ngingwabela
Awubheka isosi yatripha kule gitara bayakhala ngale ndwangu ingane yithi abafana bengwabela ingabe swenga ngamajayi isigodi sisiphethe lempemi ke mamela intombi zigcwalisa ibhasi we take it back kuzaphila amalegend ngisho abopenda fast take a look ngithi cabala amajazz ngapha ngapha amajazz
Aweba bem imali ngeni akuvele kubuya itaxi lam ngilithwalisa ingane awezinsiza lo muntu uyatripa bathi ngendangini bakhumbuza ushakazu namhlanje kusaphela ingwabela yaphela ingwabela swaka nge-omega yaphela ingwabela ngigqoke ijesi namadayisi ngingwabela yaphela ingwabela nikhumbuza kudala ngathi mina kudlalela ngigqoke ijesi namadayisi ngingwabela Lo shaman Awula shaman wangikhumbuza umdume Ala shaman Awula shaman wangikhumbuza umdume Masifike emcimbini akekho hlala phansi Masiphuma intombazane samanathe Ngaqala ukufly itaxi ngiyisekanye Manje isipashi sangisinda mani ngilekele Aweba bem imali ngeni akuvele kubuya itaxi lam ngilithwalisa ingane awezinsizwa lo muntu uyatripa bathi ngendangini bakhumbuza ushakazu namhlanje kusaphela ingwabela yaphela ingwabela swaka nge-omega yaphela ingwabela Nsati wami wo nsati wami 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 Senirile nsati wamina Senirile la bangwana bamina Senirile la nsati wamina Nisiyeni batongwana mino Senirile la nsati wamina Senirile la bangwana bamina Senirile la nsati wamina Nisiyeni batongwana mino
What is happening, traders? Welcome to another live stream. We're about to go live. We are actually live on YouTube right now. And then I'm also live on, what's this, TikTok. But yeah, if you're actually watching this on TikTok, just make sure that you check on the pinned what's happening here? How are you guys?
Hi, David. How are you?
We are live on YouTube right now. You guys should come and trade live with us.
Is that trading?
Yes. Do you trade?
Which platform is that? Which platform is that?
This is Deriv. Well, this is TradingView implementation for Deriv. So that's what we're currently at. We're about to trade synthetic indices as weekend. So we're going to be looking at about pairs like VIX75 index, your Pool 1000 index, your Step index, and much more.
No.
Yes. What the hell is happening, bro? Boo, boo, boo. Alright, so let me go through the comment section on YouTube right now and check what's currently on the live stream and what are the people actually saying with. Nicholas says, are we selling? Because I'm already in the sales. Which sales are you talking about, my brother? Because I haven't even started analyzing, but already you are trying to sell. What are we selling? Okay. Sean says, good afternoon, my brother, the only one and only Wiseman. Good afternoon to you, my brother. Hope you're good. We have Prosper Ngwenya says, away. What's happening, my brother? Hope you're good. We have Daniel says, boss, what's happening? Daniel, welcome back to the live stream. Sean says, there's my track. And Inat is saying, I'm still holding the gold cells. Now I'm worried about the gap. Now there's nothing to be worried about. Once we actually get into a trade, there's literally nothing you should be worried about. Right? Once you get on a trade, there's literally nothing you should be worried about. As long as you have your TP and SL in place, then you should be good to go. So I'm just gonna move these comments to the other side right here, and I also have my phone in front of me so that I can see if there's any what's this? If there's any comments from TikTok, I'm also gonna be able to actually manage those. So you guys do hit the like button if you're actually watching the live stream with us. That's the least you could do for us. Just hit the like button, and yeah, that should do the trick. Also try to pin the comment. Like I said, we are live on YouTube right now. If you want to get the full experience and see how and what we do, just use that username that you currently do see there on your screen, or that is pinned right there. So this is volatility 25 index. This is a chart on volatility 25 index, but first of all, I'm gonna clean it up. Just remove all the grid lines, and let's see what we could potentially have right here. Let's just about it, but this is the daily time frame, also known as the 24 hours time frame, so we're not going to focus more on this one. and instead we are just gonna scale it down to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, I am literally just looking for the bias of the day on volatility 25 index. And then once we get the bias of the day, then we can switch to the lowest possible time frame. That is my 5-minute time frame. And on my 5-minute time frame, that is where I normally look for my entry triggers and my entry triggers. So let's just get to it. This right here, the first thing that you need to do, obviously, is to find the bias of the day. And how do you find the bias of the day? That is actually so easy. And I'll even have like a free video that I uploaded on my YouTube channel where I was actually explaining how you can find the bias of the day, and after that, how can you shift to the lowest possible time frame to get your entry triggers and exit triggers. So if you're watching from TikTok, you can just send me a DM. Just let me know that you want the video that's going to help you find the bias of the day, because you want to learn that. I'm just going to send that link to you completely free. And if you're on YouTube, it's much more easier. Just check on the main channel. The second video on the channel is the one that has the bias of the day. So this is what you firstly need to do. Today is Sunday. You just go to midnight. I'm sure you guys can see the time at the bottom. Go to midnight, and then from there we are looking for what we call the market floors. We are looking for market floors. So the first market floor that I obviously do see here, that is very much evident, is this one right here. So I am gonna mark it out, and then I go look for a second market floor, of which is this one at the top, specifically the red candle. And the first market floor is the green one, and then the third market floor that I do see is this one right here. So after this candle actually closed above, it was now confirming to me that this is bias territory. That means now I should be looking for buying opportunities. Like I said, this right here, finding the market floors, if you have interest in finding these things and knowing how they work, it's simple. Just go to the YouTube channel and you are going to find those there. It's completely free. I have uploaded that specific video. So just look into the pinned comment and go find us on the tube. Right there. So this thing is actually limited. I can only pin a comment for like a minute on TikTok, but it's actually fine. On TikTok we use the same username, so if you can't find the pinned comment no more, just go look at us on YouTube. We pretty much have the same username, and come get the full live trading experience from the other side of YouTube, where you get to see the whole screen and get to interact with other traders in the comment section that we do have. So now that I obviously do see where my bias lies, it is telling me that this is actually bias territory. So me being here as a trader, the only thing that obviously excites me is looking for a recent market high that we do have, that I can take advantage of and use that as my target or take profit. So the first high that I do see obviously is this one right here, even though it's just so close, but I'm gonna obviously do like this and use that as my first target. And I'm gonna come here to the other market floor that I obviously previously have, and I'm gonna use that as my second target. So now that I do have this target, what do I need to do? I need to switch to the lowest possible time frame, the one that I use for my entry triggers and exit triggers, and that is the 5-minute time frame. I just skip all this other time frame, and I just go straight to the 5-minute time frame, and I'm here to look for an entry that I can obviously take advantage of, since I claim that I want to buy volatility 25 index. So I do have a new comment on YouTube from Gosana. Says afternoon my brother, hope you're good and welcome back to the live stream. Today is actually Sunday, so I do acknowledge everyone that actually joined us today. It's actually crazy that I never thought that people would join the live stream on a Sunday, but here we are. I guess people really take trading that serious. So with that being said, my people, what I do see right now is that markets are actually gaining strength from the third market flow that we did have. Of course, that is a first. And then the second thing that I do see is that obviously this is a very sensitive level um, on the markets. Markets pretty much been failing to push lower for a while now. So I'm just gonna delete. Let me just delete this line and use a trend line instead because it's much more flexible and I can pretty much do everything I want to do with it. So I'm just gonna take this right here and I'm gonna do like this. So if you can pay attention to this, like I said, markets have been pretty much failing to break below properly. If you can pay attention looking into this, this was obviously the first market flow, and now it is influencing markets on for that 2025 index to further push to the upper part of the markets, to further push to the lower part of the markets if that's what it initially wanted to do. So yeah, we have a comment on TikTok. Someone says, what is it saying? Trading synthetic is actually better than trading forex. Not really, but synthetic indices are actually good. They do have obviously the advantages for traders, especially if you are a trader and at the very same time you are an introvert, just like myself. I do believe that, you know, if we have a platform like Deriv where you can be able to also trade over the weekend, that should be good. You know, that should be good because you have something to entertain yourself with over the weekend instead of you obviously trying to be outside and you know you're not the type of person who's actually more outside like that. So yeah, this is it. So now the next step, or the next thing that you obviously want to do, we were very much waiting for a high to be created on the 5 minute time frame for sure. We do have a few people on YouTube tuning in. We have Elton, that's my brother right there, says, "What it do? I'm good, brother. How you doing? Hope you're good." We have DJ Dash says, "King, what's happening, brother? Hope you're good, man. On a beautiful Sunday." Okay, cool. So we continue. The first thing that I anticipated, obviously, on the 5 minute time frame, with okay, but synthetic indices really do respect setup more than any other pair. Yeah, most definitely that is true. When it comes to synthetic indices, is strictly price action, and it's just, you know, just playing with the markets. You know, it's I just find it fun. That's all I can say. It's just more fun to me to trade. So first thing first, right here we did have a high that market created from the previous low. Markets gave us a low, and then at a later stage gave us a high. So now, cool, we get the high. What does that mean for us? Now that means that we might be actually on the way of actually creating a new trend, and that trend would be like a buying trend. And since we obviously did confirm the overall bias of the day from the higher time frame, of which was the 1 hour time frame, that gives us more confidence to say that, oh cool, what we're looking for is most likely to happen, or we are closer to finally seeing it happen, right? So yep, markets gave us a high, that was beautiful. And then at the later stage, markets broke the high and gave us a new high. So now, as markets gave us a new high, we can only detect or see that markets gave us a new high if we get a rejection and we get like a market turning point, something that would look like this, and we say, oh cool, now we do have a new high. So what are we expecting now from these markets? We are expecting the markets to obviously push back to the previously broken structure high, right? And this is where a lot of traders would be doing what? Would be trying to buy the markets. Well, if you are a breakout and retest trader, there's literally nothing wrong with that. I fully support what you're doing because, you know, it's what you do and it's your strategy. But with the model that I use to trade, I would have to wait. What am I waiting for? I'm waiting for a candle to close above this new high. a bullish candle to be specific. It's not just any other candle that I'm waiting for here, brothers and sisters. I'm actually waiting for a bullish candle to come and close above this new high that we obviously do have right now, because us taking out the new high that we have is more of an indicator that we are gonna further push more to the upper part of the market. So that's what I would love to use as confirmation at this point in time to say that cool, I do see the retest, and I do see that markets are obviously pushing back to respect the previously broken structure high. But at the very same time, I am aware as a trader that there is a chance that markets can just not respect this and further push to the lower part of the market. So me having a retest doesn't permit me, doesn't allow me to say, oh cool, now you have the retest, just buy the retest. You know, I do not like that. I like to have a bit of a couple more confluences, and then from that point on, I obviously take the buy trade. And looking into this, depending on where the candle is going to close on the 5 minute, because if it's more aggressive, it can obviously also be able to take out this previous high, of which is way more previous because it was when markets were selling. So a bit of a mini trend, but from a scalping perspective, you know, so I do not think that it does stand a chance of further pushing us back. And the reason why, it's not because it's a bit of an old-ish trend, but it is because, let me actually take my phone so that I can show you guys the ones that are on TikTok as well. It is because this high only came to creation as a form of respect to the previous high. We had a previous high, never tested, fresh, new. So markets said, you know what, I am going to respect this level. But now, what are the odds that we are going to obey to this level over and over again? The more we hit into the level, the lesser the level holds its value. The more we hit into the level, the more we stand a high chance of actually breaking free out of that level and obviously continue with the markets all the way to the upper part of the market as the markets are moving to the upper part of the market. And again, if you want to get the full experience of the live stream and you're watching us from TikTok, check the pinned comments, go on our YouTube channel, and obviously tap in there and get to see the bigger perspective. And if you just got into the stream, you are welcome to the live stream. Please do make me a favor by liking the stream as much as you can, because once you do that, obviously you are telling the platforms that we stream on that this content that we do, or the content that we provide, is content that's actually good for other people that are into the same niche or are into trading as well. So this live can easily get recommended to them, and they can get to join us for free and obviously get the benefits that we provide completely free without paying a penny. Because I know there's people out there that are still paying for signals. So sad. But there's a lot of people that are paying for signals, and at the very same time, they don't even understand how to use a signal, or they're not seeing consistency. So what we're saying is that, listen, you guys can tap in, you guys can come join us, you guys can trade with us, and it's completely free. We do this on a daily basis, every day. And if you are watching us from TikTok, there's an announcement that I have to make. We do have what we call the 9 to 5 stream every Monday to Friday. So every Monday to Friday, we stream live on YouTube from 9 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. No break. Straight off, once off stream from 9 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. So you can imagine how many setups that you can get from that specific stream alone, especially in just one day, you know. So do tap in and do check us out on YouTube as well if you do have YouTube. But I do believe that obviously I do believe that a lot of people that are actually watching the stream would love to be part of that. So tap in on YouTube, and I believe that everyone has YouTube. You know, in this generation, everyone probably has YouTube. Okay, cool. I'm gonna finish this one first, and then move to another. So overall target on V25 is gonna be the one at the top right there. You can also take screenshots of this, and yeah, as soon as we get confirmation. But we are going to be revisiting, as long as the live is still live, we are going to be revisiting the trade setups to just confirm if anything has happened yet, and if nothing has happened yet, we're still going to come back and come back and come back. But yeah, pretty much what I explained, and this is what I'm still looking at on V25. And once we get that confirmation, we should be good to go. On TikTok, I had a comment. Someone says, can you please look into volatility 10 index? Right, so let's go to volatility 10 index and see what is it that we can actually find. So volatility 10 index, this is the 5-minute time frame. The first thing that I obviously like to do is go to the mother time frame. That is the 1 hour time frame. Looking into the 1 hour time frame, what is it that we could possibly find? On YouTube, Cartel Zondo says, I'm gonna go for the daily buyers video. Does it work everywhere? Yes, it works everywhere. You can obviously check it out after the stream. Drawing Random People says, hola, I just joined the live. Hope I didn't miss much. No, not really. We actually started at about 15 minutes past 5, so still fairly new. And we're about to push for probably the next hour or two, if I'm not mistaken. On TikTok, someone says, do you go live every day? Yes, we go live every day, but on YouTube. So check us on YouTube using the same username, and that's where we go live every day from 9 in the morning to 5 p.m. in the afternoon. We call that the 9 to 5 stream. So we stream on a daily basis, you know, and we stream pretty much forex and indices during the week. We only look into synthetic indices only on weekends. We are not so big on synthetic indices like that, but given a chance, we obviously do look into them. So yeah, this is V10 index. So I'm gonna use the very same method, you know. Sunday we are looking into midnight, right? Midnight is just right about here. This is what you need to do. You come to midnight on the 1 hour time frame, and then you are looking for what we call market floors. So the market floor that I am going to be on the lookout for, the first one is this one right here, the red candle. The second market floor that is evident is this one, and then now the third market floor that I do see is this one. So now after this red candle actually closed, it was confirming that now this is seller's territory, meaning that the guys that are actually in and with the sell trades are actually making back, and they're actually dominant here compared to the ones who are going to be buying. Someone on TikTok is saying, would you recommend it to beginners? What would I recommend to beginners? Please be clear about the question. Trader says, what time on YouTube? 9 to 5 South African time, 9 in the morning until 5 p.m. South African time. So this right here is obviously confirming that we are on seller's territory, right? And then us being in seller's territory, that means as we switch to the lowest possible time frame, depending, if you want to hold your trades a bit longer, I prefer that you look into the 15-minute time frame. But if you just want to scalp, you're the type of a guy that doesn't want to spend a lot of time looking into the charts like that, you can go straight to the 5-minute time frame. You're just gonna scalp, get in and get out. Synthetic indices, are they good compared to forex pairs? Just send an invite mistakenly to someone. Also, actually, damn, guys, I'm still failing you into this new talk thing. So I see that someone just joined it live That's actually crazy. But yeah, we are pretty much just gonna continue. Thank you, bro, for actually leaving the stream, because I actually clicked that mistakenly. Someone has asked me, synthetic better than forex pairs? But it really depends on what you are looking for. If you're looking for practicality, synthetic indices are the best. If you're looking for something that's easy to analyze and always respect price action, synthetic indices are actually the ones to check out. You know. Yep. Now, someone is asking, what are you trading? I just got here. We are looking into synthetic indices, and we are currently on the volatility 10 index chart. So yep, if you want to get the full experience, just come to YouTube. We are using the same username. Come on YouTube and join us on YouTube, and that's where you get the full experience. Do you trade synthetic indices on World Trade? No, I trade synthetic indices on Deriv. Synthetic indices came with Deriv, guys, right? Synthetic indices came with Deriv. Deriv so far is the only broker I know that has synthetic indices that are audited and they are regulated. So yeah, good. This is V10, right? So now, what more are we looking for on V10? Like I said, it depends on if you want to scalp or you would like to hold your trades a bit longer, but scalping, but probably a couple more minutes. So for the guys that want to scalp, can use the 5-minute time frame, and if you want to hold your trades a bit longer because you don't have the time to just check on the markets from time to time, you can obviously use the 15-minute time frame. So here you are pretty much going to use the very same system. What we need to see is market giving us a push, a nice push, and then after that markets obviously giving us a bit of a correction, and as markets do that, they are leaving a low behind, and that's what we like to see. One would like to see another low being printed, and as you can see, markets broke free out of this level and gave us a new low. And now that's to us as an indicator that we are further and pretty much gonna push more and more to the downside, and the bias on the 1 hour time frame was already confirmed, so there's pretty much nothing much for us to worry about. So what we do, you come and you highlight the new low. Guys, this thing always happens, especially on synthetic indices. It always happens, you know. So what you need right now is to be the type of a trader that's not going to trade a retest, because a lot of people that got into this retest right now are pretty much seeing flames as markets are going in deeper, and there's other people as well that are looking into the inverse retest, and they think markets are gonna obviously give us this advanced pattern of which is the head and shoulder like structure, and then it's gonna push up, and that as well is most likely not to happen. What's most likely to happen is markets further pushing down and now coming to this level right here and breaking it, and as soon as we get a 15-minute candle right here or just right below, we need it to close bearish, and just gonna change the color to red. We're gonna need that candle to close bearish, and as soon as it does close bearish on the 15-minute time frame, we are gonna take the sell trade on volatility 10 index. So this is just how it is, guys. Simplicity is the best sophistication. Just try by all means possible to keep things simple as you can, right? So we can go for 1 to 2 risk to reward. That makes a lot of sense. So this would be a 1 to 2, but only after we get a candle to actually close bearish. So this risk to reward ratio tool will only be effective after we get that one candle closure at the bottom, and we are obviously gonna act based on that. So someone is asking what pair is this? This is volatility 10 index, and this is the 15-minute time frame. So we are trading. Someone is asking, is this ICC? I don't understand what you mean by that. I do not understand what you mean by that. Kind of like ICC. No, I don't know what you mean, Teddy. If you can enlighten. Quick question on synthetics. That's Bonafé Lazar. Yes, sir. What do you mean? What do you mean? What's the question that you, Bonafé, is this a sell? Initially, that's what we are waiting for. But we're not yet there, so we are just gonna wait a little bit more to get that, obviously, confirmation. Looking into YouTube, we do have a few comments as well. Yours truly. I messaged you about the prop firm, but you never responded. I don't think I received your message on WhatsApp, but you can obviously send me the WhatsApp text again, and we are gonna look into it. And I'd like to know which prop firm were you actually talking about and what was the question, because I can also even answer the question just right here on the stream, honestly. But if you feel like it's much more private, you can send me a WhatsApp text and I'll obviously attend it. So yeah, again, to the guys that's actually watching us on TikTok, come tap in with us on YouTube. Get the full experience. It's much more fun there. And I've just pinned the comment for the next couple of seconds. You can tap in from the YouTube side and get the full experience. Bonafella is saying, is the synthetic markets following the way real markets move? Well, these markets are not the same, but all I can tell you is that synthetic indices on Deriv, not any other broker, because there's a lot of broker right now that are actually coming with synthetic indices, but I am not so sure if they are regulated and they do get audited, you know. So, but for Deriv, I am much more secure because I know for a fact that the synthetic indices on Deriv are actually audited and they are regulated. So they don't pull that manipulation type of thing where they would want to give you random spikes that you don't even understand where those spikes are coming from and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, that's just about it. Kwazi is asking, can you please do Bitcoin as well? Actually, we did Bitcoin yesterday. The video is up on YouTube. You can also check it out. But yeah, I actually did like a very easy analysis on Bitcoin because looking into how it was actually looking like, I was like, oh cool. I was actually paying attention to the market behavior on Bitcoin because Bitcoin is actually a very tricky pair, not to trade, but just in general, because it's, you know, we have like people that are daily investing in that. So, but I can look into Bitcoin just because you've asked about it. Cryptocurrencies, BTC USD, Bitcoin. Oh yes. First of all, I just want to check which platform did we actually use, which time frame. Start from the 1 hour time frame to check if this is where we were actually analyzing Bitcoin. Okay, probably not this chart, but I'm just gonna give you like a brand new analysis because we obviously here already. General says, do you trade every day? Yes, but on YouTube. On TikTok I just show up, but on YouTube we stream every day from 8 in the morning, from 9 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. So I stream from 9 to 5 every day. Honestly, all my trades are actually on the internet, you know, so you can just tap in, but on YouTube if you want to get the full experience. You DM me for a link to YouTube, or you just search me on YouTube. We're using the same username, so you can tap in on YouTube. Yeah, we do this on a daily basis. So to the person that just requested Bitcoin, I'm pretty much gonna run it back again and just do like the same analysis. Okay, someone is asking, Unkosan is asking on YouTube. We spoke about Comet Capital, how to get started. Cool. I'm gonna attend you, my brother, after the live stream. I'm gonna send you the links to sign up, and also we're gonna look into the account types, and you will see which one actually works better for you. You know. But yeah, I will do that. Maybe I'll learn something. Most definitely, yeah. Most definitely. So Bitcoin is just as simple as it comes. Looking into the structure, let us just focus on the market behavior. The market behavior, it is the one that's obviously going to tell us what do we do. So lately, actually from this rally from here all the way up to this end point, that's where markets started showing us signs of crashes, right? So we want to investigate the manner which this right here, Bitcoin, was crashing with. It was pretty much simple. After a market dip, or after a bit of a correction, markets would go back to a previous build up, and that's where you're going to get the crash. So that's what we are going to be doing right now. We're going to be focusing on that very same specific market behavior, and we are going to be analyzing based on that, because that's what I love to do. Every time I get into the markets, before anything, I look into the market's behavior, because I'm a guy that doesn't trade like a lot of pairs. I'm very much selective with what I trade. I trade German 30, I trade NAS 100, and I do trade gold consistently. But you know, with other pairs, it's just based on what people request, and as soon as people request that, I just do it, because trading is just trading at the end of the day. So you just need that one understanding. Once you get that one understanding and finally clicks, it becomes much more easier for you to analyze whatever pair and whenever. So cool, we did have the first crash here on Bitcoin. Beautiful crash, and then after that, markets, you know, did a bit of correction, right? This bit of correction, and then after the correction again, we got another crash. So I was just paying attention to, you know, to this repetitive behavior that has been happening, and I saw, cool, as markets correct, the markets are gonna leave behind a build-up or a high market flow that we are gonna get, and then markets are gonna crash. As they crash, they leave that behind, right? And after that, markets would want to correct back into the previous crash, and they're gonna crash from there. And as they do the crash, they go more lower. As they go more lower, or they give us an equal low, they're gonna give us another build-up. After the build-up, we're gonna experience another crash, markets going down, and they're gonna go back to respect the previously printed market high. They're gonna crash from there again. In this case, we actually got more lower. That was actually good. We got more lower in this case, and then markets corrected again. They gave us this beautiful and specific high as well. Markets crashed. Now we do have a new high that is here after the crash, respected slightly, but not with a crash. And I would like to say that with my observation, the only reason why we are noticing something like this is mainly because there's a high that has never been respected properly. So I would say that I am anticipating something like this. What is the specific tool that I am anticipating markets to come here. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but eventually I'm expecting markets to come here, and I'm pretty much going to sell the markets from there. And the only reason is because I am paying attention to the market behavior with all the crashes that we've been having, because there's a lot of people right now that obviously have high hopes that Bitcoin is gonna buy, Bitcoin is gonna go back to its peak, but at the very same time we are experiencing these crashes. So I would like not to think like 99.9% of the traders. Instead of me looking into buying it right now based on the focus and the behavior that I see, I want it to come here and I'm gonna sell it. And but now this is something very important, severely important, because you know, with pretty much a lot of guys that are giving people signals like that, if they tell you that I want to sell here, you as a newbie, you tend to think that, cool, since he says he wants to sell there, how about I buy it from where it is all the way up? Well, that's not the right way to actually go about it. The only way you get on the trade is if we come back to the previously printed high right here, because we need to respect it with a crash. And the reason why I have my take profit here is because I'm just looking into equal lows, honestly, because it takes a bit of time for us to get a new low. So the equal low as a take profit makes a lot of sense right now. And obviously after that, I can be on the lookout for a new high that market's printed, and I'm gonna obviously take advantage of that. So now one would ask, so now that you spoke about the market crashes, so what do you do? Do you just take the sell trade as soon as markets tap in there onto Bitcoin? What are you gonna do? Well, that's not what I'm gonna do, because I do believe that that would be not one of the wisest thing to do. So I'm gonna switch to obviously 5-minute time frame to look for necessary confirmations, you know. So at the very same time, what necessary confirmations would I be looking for? That is what we are gonna go and check shortly. I just want to look into the comments on YouTube and look into the comments on TikTok, because sometimes when I just start, you know, talking and yapping, I don't really have the time to look into the comments. But I'm going to look into the comments first and see if there's any concern with what we are doing or any misunderstanding, and then we're going to move from there. We're going to start off on YouTube. I'm going to check into the YouTube comments first. Oof. Okay, I'm here for the first time, and your analysis is very simple. I actually love that. I do believe in simplicity. Simplicity is the best sophistication. The minute you have a lot of things on your charts, you get confused a lot, because this says you must buy and the other thing says you must sell. So what exactly are you going to do? You tend to get confused. So I'm not a big fan of messy charts. I like to keep it clean all the time. Mikhail Taylor says, are there specific times that are the best to trade synthetics? Well, no specific time for me for synthetic indices, and only that, right? But when it comes to indices or currencies, I love to trade them within, oh my god, sorry about that. When it comes to synthetic indices, I love to trade, when it comes to indices in general, your NASDAQ, your what else? It's NASDAQ, German 30 that I trade in gold. I love to trade them within their trading sessions. For an example, I'm going to trade German 30 or German 40 during London session, because I just want to get that impulse and I'm out the trade, and it's fine. If I get another opportunity printed, I'm going to take it, but within the trading session. And when it comes to NASDAQ, gold, I love looking into those from the New York Open, the New York session, of which is at 2:30, and then the NYSE at 3:30 as well. So yeah, only with that. But with synthetics, I don't have specific times to obviously analyze or, you know, trade synthetics. Anytime is tea time when it comes to synthetics. I wake up and I decide to trade synthetics, I just do it. Woke up at midnight, 3 a.m., 2 a.m., I'm just going to trade them because they just move. Can you pin the daily buyers video? I can't find it. Okay, cool. I'm sure you can see the WhatsApp number on your screen from the YouTube side. So send me a WhatsApp text. I'm going to send you the direct link that explains more about that specific strategy, because it's uploaded here on YouTube and it's literally completely free. So you can send me a WhatsApp text and I'll send you that specific link to that video so you can watch it and probably understand it and make much more from it. All right, so that was it for the YouTube questions. I don't know who is this specific individual That's Kwazi. Kwazi, let me know if you are satisfied with the analysis on Bitcoin or you need more clarity. I'm also going to switch to the lowest possible time frame. That is going to be your 5-minute time frame, and there we are going to be looking for entry models. How can you actually enter into the trade, you know? And because it's not wise to just enter the trade just because it touched this level, because once you start entering because you touch the it's giving support and resistance, it's giving supply and demand. And I do believe that even those who trade support and resistance, or what's the supply and demand, do not trade them blindly. So you shouldn't trade them blindly as well. You should, have much more to it as a form of confirmation, to say, oh cool, this is what I use for confirmation. And someone, Teddy, is asking, can you apply a proper market analysis on synthetic? Yes, definitely, brother, you can. Again, guys, if you want to get the full live experience, the live trading experience, it is on YouTube. It is on YouTube. This is what you're gonna get. This is the back end of it, but this is what it is gonna look like on your charts. So you see the whole thing, the comments of the people display there, and the analysis over here. Right there, this is my Instagram. Right there, that is my WhatsApp. Just in case you want to connect with me. Those are the only platforms that I do have. And I recently just got into TikTok, and actually love the engagement on TikTok. It's actually much more crazy than I thought. Not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. Love it over here. I'm gonna actually spend more time this side. Or people on YouTube probably gonna get mad at me because, yeah. Trade with Moya is asking on TikTok. So the Bitcoin trade is going up first. Well, based on my analysis, the going up of Bitcoin doesn't really matter to me. It has little to no effect. I'm not even paying attention to it. Reason being, because I'm in it for the sales. I want markets to tap into this level, and I am going to sell it. But not as soon as it touches, of course. There's other necessary confirmations on the lowest possible time frames. So that's what I was actually saying earlier, though, on that. Yes, markets could buy on Bitcoin, but right now I'm not going to take a trade. I'm not going to take a buy trade on Bitcoin, because the question is, under what basis am I actually taking the buy trade? That is a very important question that you should be asking yourself. What qualifies me to buy Bitcoin right now? I do not have that, but my setup is for a sell. I'm gonna sell it when it gets there. How it gets there, lately to no problem of mine, and it can sell off whatever, but I say Bitcoin, as soon as you get here, it's me and I'm gonna get the necessary confirmations on my lower time frame, and I am gonna trade you. But what you do right now, do not have interest in, honestly, because yeah, it's quite of a mess, and I'm that one trader that doesn't like to be within a mess. Umabuto just said you just earned yourself a follower. So thank you so much. Thank you for following me. If you want to get the full experience, just send me a DM. I'm gonna send you a link to our YouTube channel. On YouTube, during weekdays, that's Monday to Friday, we trade. We have a program called the 9 to 5, and it is completely free. I don't want your money, so you don't pay me anything. You just subscribe into the channel and you join us. We trade from 9 to 5, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The stream runs, no time off. So you can actually think, how many trade setups are you going to get from the YouTube side? Bonga says, good afternoon, good morning, Bonga. Hope you're good. Sharton is asking, which broker do you use? Well, for synthetic indices, this is what I'm using right here. This is Deriv. Some people call it Derive, it's all in the pronunciation. But yeah, I do have a synthetic account with Derive, and for gold, Nasdaq, I do use IFX brokers, very reputable. But I am a guy that is full-time trading prop firms, right? I am a guy that is full-time trading prop firms. Thus, you would see things like this, you know. I know you guys know what this means. You know what this is. But yeah, because I am mainly a guy that trades prop firm full-time. So yeah, this is just how we do it. And by the way, when I say I trade prop firms, it's not a new thing. The first plaque that I actually got was back in 2023. As you can see right here, this is the first plaque that I got, and the first payout that I got. So I'm a guy that's full-time on prop firms and stuff like that. But yeah, those are the things that I actually do. Someone says, do you consider Exness as a good broker before I deposit? Well, that would depend on what qualifies a broker from your perspective. What qualifies a broker to be a good broker from your perspective? You know, if you trade greedy like that, you need like a bigger leverage. You wanna gamble your way in and make so much in a short space of time, then yeah, you can swing that way. You can go the Exness way, you know. But if you that type of a guy that compounds, and you know, but nonetheless, there's nothing wrong with Exness. I'm not gonna lie to you. One that I know of, there's nothing wrong. So it's actually a good broker, and it's international. And as far as I know, they do have instant withdrawals. Actually, there's a video on my TikTok. The first video that I uploaded on my TikTok, I was trading on with the Exness. I was so surprised. That thing was instant. Just click the withdrawal, the money just gets into your account, just right on the spot. So yeah, JFM is asking, which prop firm do you use? Not using one prop firm. I'm trading with multiple prop firms. That's mainly for diversification. I just the type of a guy that loves to diversify, you know, multiple sources. But currently with Comet and getting into GFT as well, and also do have an account with the prop firm called Blue Guardian. But yeah, I mean, if you you say I must recommend one for you. No, cool, no problem. Just send me a DM, because I would love to recommend a prop firm based on data and things that make sense to me. And you check into them and you find if they think they make sense to you as well, and you just tap into them. You know, not because I want to make a quick buck, because a lot of people just recommend stuff just because they want to make a quick buck. Like, yo, sign up with my broker on sign up with my link of my broker or my prop firm, so that you can. It's a good broker. Whilst they know very well it's not a good broker, it's not a good prop firm. It's just for their own benefits. They just want to make commissions off that. So I just love looking into facts, looking into data, looking into payout frequency and all those things, and just looking into reviews. I'm like, oh, cool, this is actually good. I can work with it. So yeah, but the only one that I would speak highly of right now is Comet Capital. I've made so much with them and made a lot of payouts with them as well. I also got the privilege to be invited into their offices. I also went there. So I've seen the back end and I've seen how they operate. So based on experience. Peggy Kumalo is asking, I'm new here, bro. Could to explain what those are? What do you mean, prop firms? You do not understand what prop firms are? I do have a full video on the channel that is explaining what prop firms are and how they work. I think that video can actually be helpful, very helpful, because if I were to actually explain what prop firms are right now, how they operate, probably take a bit of time, an hour and stuff like that. But yeah, to summarize it, to keep it short, I don't know if the guys on YouTube as well, they also want to know what prop firms are, but most of the people that are on my YouTube, they actually tapped in, they know what we do, and you know, they just chilling. They know. But just to keep it short, prop firms. The prop firm would be a company that says, listen, Baggy, because this is Baggy. This is a Baggy situation, right? So we're gonna talk about Baggy in this situation. So a prop firm is gonna say to you, listen, Baggy, we are a company that has money and we are looking for traders who can trade. If you claim that you can trade, show us that you can trade. Cool. Baggy says, yes, I can trade. I'm actually a good trader. Like, oh, really? Oh, good. That's good. So Baggy, we have capital here. For an example, I'm going to give you like a practical example. With Comet Capital. With Comet Capital, you can buy like 100,000 Rand account with somewhere about 800, 900 Rand. So they say, okay, Baggy, we have 100,000 Rand account here, but you need to pay a fee for you to get the account. And the fee is like a very small amount. For an Bonga says, I want to start right away with Comet Capital as long as I have you as my mentor. Yeah, no problem. You can actually hit me up. You can hit my DMs. My DMs are open, guys, to everyone that wants a mentor, whether it's psychology stuff or it's discipline matters, or even a strategy itself. That's I show you. That's light work. But let's continue with the Baggy situation. With the Baggy situation here. What's this? Guys, TikTok wants to close my live. What do you mean, bro? What do you mean? What do you mean? Guys, come on. How do you guys work this out on TikTok? They just want to close my live. Cool. I actually even promised people on YouTube that I'm gonna speak about this as well. So let's just go through this all together. There's a lot of people who are still struggling to find out what is a prop firm, right? So that's what we are going to be covering right now. What is a prop firm? What is a prop firm? It's a very good question. So prop firm is a company that says we have money. So you alpha male, you claim you can trade. I said, yes, okay, cool. So we have 100,000 Rand account here. You can buy it with 900. Oh, really? So I have access to 100,000 Rand from just 900 Rand. Cool. So I can actually work with that. I buy the account and then they say, listen, this is our money. We are not going to take that lightly, and we are not going to relax and say, oh, just because you said you can trade. Let me actually turn the camera around on my TikTok. Guys, you guys are supposed to see me. Let me turn the camera around because people on YouTube can actually see me. How do I turn the camera around on TikTok? Something like this. Good. So we are not gonna just give you the money just because you claim that you are a good trader and you know what you're doing. So instead, we are gonna give you a set of rules. So normally a lot of prop firms would say to you that we are gonna say you have 100,000 with you, but on a daily basis, you can't lose more than 5% of the account. So if it's 100,000 Rand account or it's $100,000 account, you know that you can't lose more than 5,000 in a day. That is the daily profit cap. I mean, daily loss, daily maximum loss for the day. If you lose more than 5,000, you lose the account. You breach the account, and as you breach the account, that means you are losing the initial fee that you paid us, of which is the whether 800 Rand if you bought like 100,000 Rand account. We say we are going to make sure that we strip you away the access of the account because you are not a good trader. When we look at it, when we look at it from a risk management perspective, money management perspective, and just capital preservation. Guys, English is running away. Cool. But you are not the type of a guy that deserves to be given this. So if you think that you can revive yourself, buy another account and show us again that you are the guy that you claim you are. Right? That's 5%. You can't lose more than 5% of the account. That's the 5,000. And then overall, let's say, just say today you lose 1% or you lose 1,000, you lose 2%, bit by bit you're losing those smaller amounts here and there, all of them combined, they can't go over 10%. They can't go over 10,000. Right? Nolo says the best forex trader ever. I learned a lot from your YouTube channel. Now I'm glad, bro. Just let them know. Tell the other people to tap in on YouTube, guys. You know, on YouTube is my little corner, and there's a lot of things that you can learn there, and it's completely free. So yeah, if you just joined the live stream, please make sure that you hit the like button and send many likes our way and share the live stream with your friends. All right? Okay, guys, I can't accept anyone right now on the stream. I see people are actually requesting to join the stream, but let me finish the prop firm thing. So overall, you can't lose more than 10%. So meaning if you lose more than 10% with the losses acquired over time, we strip you the account. But they don't mean that if today you make you lose 2% and then tomorrow you make 3%, meaning that you have covered the loss, they're still going to count the loss. No, it's just a daily thing, right? And when they finally put it all together, you can't lose more than that. If you lose that, they strip you the account. They take the account. So you can't, they call it an account breach. That means you have finally breached that trading account. So now, there's different account types or on the prop firm side. There's one way it's called the two-phase, or let's actually start with the one that a lot of people love. There's what we call an instant funded account. So that one, you just buy it. Whatever profits you make, provided that you don't go below the daily drawdown and the maximum drawdown, you can keep the profits. It's yours. They say, cool, you can actually have that. We give it to you. You've shown that you are a good trader. And there's what we call a one-phase account. One-phase account, that means they're going to give you a challenge first. That's phase one, or one phase. You need to make maybe 10% of that account. Normally it's 10%. And once you pass, you become a funded trader. Once you become a funded trader, they give you a new fresh 100K account, of which if you make money from that account, whatever amount of money you make from that specific account, you can keep it. You can withdraw it. You know, and then there's what we call a two-phase account. There's phase one and there's phase two. For phase one, what they need you to make 10%, of which is going to be 10,000. For phase two, they're going to need you to make profits of 5% or 6%, depending on the prop firm, and that would be 6%, of which is 6,000. Bless says, how do I sign up? Just send me a DM. I can help you with that. So if you pass phase two, you become funded, and whatever profit you make is yours. But now, here's the thing. When you make a withdrawal, you can only keep 85% of the account, of the profits, and they keep 5%. That's their fee. Remember, you're trading their money. So you are actually doing account management on a very high level. It's a very professional level. For an example, it's not every prop firm that gives you 85 profits, but others give you 80%. For an example, this prop firm right here is called Neoma Funds. They're actually based in Dubai. And I made a payout of $10,000 with them. It was a 100,000 account. And after I've made the payout, they took 20%. And I only walked away with 8,100. They kept 2,000 and a couple of cents. That's how these guys work. That's how a prop firm works. But now let's look into the advantages and the disadvantages with all the account types. Number one, an instant funded account. It has to go out the way. Why? Because the the more you eliminate phases of the challenge, the more tricky and harder it gets with the rules. The more they actually lock you with crazy rules. So the most recommendable account out there is a two-phase account. Don't try to skip and say, I'm just gonna buy an instant funded account because, you know, I don't have to go through any phase. And at the very same time, the more you eliminate a phase, the more expensive an account gets. A 100K account, you can buy it for like 800 Rand. if it's 2 phase, you can buy it for maybe 1.5 if it's 1 phase, and if it's instant, it's another story. It's much more expensive. So the more you try to cut corners, the more it gets tricky for us. I do have a comment that says volatility 75 index is at our entry, so I'm just gonna look into volatility 75. Right, volatility 75 index is at our entry point. No, bro, you're actually on the wrong stream. We didn't analyze volatility 75 today. We only analyzed V25 and V10, if I'm not mistaken. It's volatility 10 and volatility, what's the other one? 25. So yeah, volatility 10 hasn't done what we spoke about yet. Let me actually try and flip the camera around for you guys to actually see this. This is volatility 10. We just waiting for distribution lower with a candle that's gonna close here bearish, and we're gonna sell this. And V10, you said V25, right? So we are also gonna look into V25 and see. Oh yeah, volatility 25, guys, is at entry. So if you've been watching the stream until now, actually the confirmation was just right about here. So, but yeah, the placement is still proper, and I'm just gonna like put in notes so that you know these numbers, you know, which feature can I actually use to get numbers. It's called the price note, so my SL would actually be about here, but I would love to actually leave room for the SL to breathe, because this is a previous high, so I'm gonna stretch my stop loss to be just right below here. I'm gonna stretch it to just right below here, and this is the figure. Let's see if there is a possible way for us to actually increase the number. Oh yes, there is. So now it's much more clearer, it's much more visible. Yep, and target that I do have for myself is just right about here. Good. The only thing that is standing in our way right now is this previous market high. But if you've been watching the stream from the get-go, you do remember what I said about this level being previously respected, and as it get respected and it losing value, and as time goes on, we are gonna break free and we are gonna move up. Don't forget about that. So, but yeah, we are on a trade right now on V25. V25 actually confirmed, and yeah, I don't think I do have another inquiry. So, thank you so much, your Tani, yeah. V25. So that's the whole story of prop firms. Now, it's not all the prop firms that operate the same way. Other prop firms say they want a minimum trading days for you before you can pass phase 1 or phase 2. They say you at least trade the account for 3 days. You know, when they say minimum trading days is 3 days or 4 days, they don't mean that in that 4 days you're supposed to finish phase 1 or phase 2. No. You can take your time. Take your time with it. The prop firm is one organization that is not so greedy, so they do understand. They say, nah, take your time. Becky says, I'll contact you, bro. Nah, no problem, my brother. I'm gonna wait for a DM. Take your time, you know. And then, yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. But yeah, that was like the explanation of prop firms. And just one thing about me, I do love to yap. You know, I yap a lot, but it's more especially when it comes to psychology stuff. You know, I do love all things psychology. Someone says you're good, bro. Big thumbs up. Now, shout out to you, my brother. Thank you. I see I have Pessy Moments. That's my boy. I actually started trading with Pessy Moments. Guys, you see the guy called Pessy Moments in the comment section here? Him and my uncle are the one that introduced me to trading. Crazy business. And this guy is no longer trading. I don't even know why are you not trading, my bro? But he's following his passion, guys. He's much more into volleyball on a professional level. But yeah, that guy right there, Pessy Moments. If it wasn't for Pessy Moments, you guys wouldn't be seeing the stream. But him and my uncle actually introduced me to trading like that. And back back in late 2017. So we are over half a decade right now into trading. Actually, it's actually good, fantastic, and we have managed to achieve a lot. It's actually good, and thank God, and I thank my friends and my uncles for actually introducing me to trading. So we can enter now. Yes, we can. We just got confirmation. There's nothing for us to actually worry about. But if you are much more worried about the high that we do have, just wait for it to be taken out and just have like a 5-minute candle to close above that, and you can still enter that one. Becky Smith says, hello, bro. What's happening, Becky? You good? Hope you're good, bro. Sydney Sibusiso Mjali says, hey, bro, can I please have your details on how to contact you? Okay, cool. This right here is how you can contact me. On the YouTube stream, you can actually see the number. So this is for you. You can take a screenshot of the number. I don't know if you can take a screenshot from a live, but yeah, because I'm not too familiar with TikTok, honestly. But if you can just take the screenshot here, and you are gonna send me a WhatsApp text. Alternatively, if you're not a WhatsApp person, this is my Instagram right here. So one of the two, you can be able to contact me. Or to make it better, my DM is actually also open. Yeah, this is the trade that we are on for the 25 index. To those who just got here, with some jealousies, I got it, thank you. Now proper stuff. So that means I can move from there to here. Right, so what can I cover? Oh, actually, I think a couple of days back I was actually talking with my people on YouTube, and I was actually being more psychological, speaking more about the mind of a trader, how the mind of a trader works, and how can you actually get to attract all this positivity, positive things in your life, and also attract your profitability. And I spoke about delusion. So if you're watching on YouTube and you watch this probably a few days back, please don't get mad at me that I'm speaking about this again, because I'm just trying to cater for my TikTok people to say that, oh cool, listen, I'm also a guy that is so big on psychology. So I was speaking, one guy actually commented and said, you know what, my family thinks I'm delusional because I'm trading, because they say that this is not a thing, it's not a profitable thing, I'm not gonna make money in the long run. I said, your parents are actually right. And that guy was actually positive, because that's not something that he actually wanted to hear from me, to say that your parents are actually right by saying that you are delusional for trading. Yes, it's delusion, and it's true delusion that we get the things that we want in life, just in general, because I was actually making an example that all the things that are happening, all the events that are happening in real life, these can be things that we can actually implement in our lives, like in our lives, and implement into trading. And I said, listen, so for a person who is a bit maybe for a person who doesn't like their body, I just want to put it in a much more respectful way, for a person who doesn't like their body and they want to achieve a certain physique, for them to achieve that certain physique, they have to be delusional. And I was like, what? And I said, yeah, you have to be delusional to get what you want. That's just a cheat code of life. Life just works like that. And I said, what? I don't understand. Just make it make sense. I was like, oh, cool. Oh, you don't understand it? Let me try and explain it in a way that, makes a lot of sense. I said to him, a person who doesn't like their physique and they want to achieve, or they want to lose weight, they act like someone who's already fit and someone who's already there. And it's like, what do you mean? I said, first of all, your workouts, you have to work out the same way that person works out. You have to wake up in the morning. If you jog, you have to jog. And that person does the same thing. And you're not there yet. You don't see the results. But what you do, you just keep on keeping on. You keep on keeping on, and you show up daily and you do the same thing over and over again. And that's how you end up achieving that physique or that body that you want. Same goes with trading. You have to be delusional about trading. Same as that person is delusional about getting that specific body that they want to get into, and they just want to lock in into that. So become delusional as well with your trading. show up daily, show up consistently, be disciplined, and be patient. That is the same principle that the person who's trying to lose weight is going to use. They're going to be patient. They don't want it now. But you as a trader, just having a mere setup, you can't wait. You just want to, your setup says, yes, we are going to buy eventually, but not now. But you just want to buy it now, or you just want to sell it now. You cannot wait. So you need the patience. You need the discipline to say that I have a trading strategy. I'm going to look into this trading strategy because somebody already used this trading strategy and they've seen that trading strategy works. So if it works for them, it should work for me as well. So you implement if you have a mentor and they're telling you, use this strategy. It's the same strategy. For an example, I tell you, use this strategy. The same strategy I used to get this payout is the same strategy I used to get this payout. Use it. You have to stick to it. You have to use it. I don't think this works. I know this works. Proven countless times with all the mentors that I have that it works. So I'm giving it to you. Use it. That's what you're going to have to do for you to make it. Yes, people are going to think you are delusional for doing that. They're going to think you're crazy. And I said, let me give you another example. If you want to go to sleep, what happens? Do you just fall asleep? What's the story? And it's like, no, I don't just fall asleep. I don't just decide that I want to sleep now and then I sleep. Okay, cool. The first thing is making a decision. And the next thing is to be delusional about it. You have to go. People who are in bed are people who are sleeping. And you're not sleeping, but you have to go to bed and pretend like you're sleeping. Guys, you have to close your eyes. You have to close your eyes and pretend like you're sleeping. And before you know it, it's the following morning. It's the following morning and you don't know how you actually ended up there. You're like, oh, damn, so I actually ended up sleeping. Oh, damn. Oh, cool. I ended up sleeping. How did that happen, though? You had to act like first. You had to pretend. You have to become delusional about it. You pretended like you were sleeping, and before you knew it, when you woke up, it was the following morning. Damn, so I slept. Good. So it works. That very same principle, you use it in your everyday life, and you implement it into trading as well. You just have to become delusional about trading, and that's just how it is. You become delusional. You become disciplined, you become patient, and over time you can see the results. I love to give people a time frame of 3 months, especially if when you're into something else, because science says that if you do something consistently for 60 days, that thing becomes a habit. So I'm like, cool, you know what? So I give people a time frame of 3 months to say that if you can lock into this idea for the next 3 months, do the same thing. Trade the same pair, same setup, same time, same SL and TP figures, same lot size. Success has no choice but to locate you. It's all about consistency. It's all about the consistency. Okay, cool. So I see that we have people that are continuously joining the live. Look at this. This is a trade that we are currently having. It's a trade on VIX75 index. Right here. What is the actual chart? Right here, this is the SL and TP figures. I am on the trade VIX25 index, right? That's it right there. So another trade that I do have is a trade on VIX10 index, right? But this one hasn't confirmed yet, and we are still using the same model. We want VIX10 index to actually come in here, take out this low, and give us a full body candle, but on the 15-minute time frame for more practicality and for it to make a lot more sense. That's what I need on the 15-minute time frame, and then the candles will close below, and I'm going to be selling this. I haven't given out the SL and TP figures yet for this specific pair, mainly because we don't have confirmation yet, and the minute we get confirmation is the minute I'm going to give out the exact figures to say, oh cool, this is the figure that we are looking for. Number 3, Ukwazi, if I remember clearly, asked for an analysis on Bitcoin, and I did say that cool, Bitcoin's looking good. What I need from Bitcoin is actually, let me go to the 1 hour time frame. What I need from Bitcoin is Bitcoin to actually tap into this level, and as soon as it taps in there, I'm going to give you further stuff. I'm going to tell you what to do next. How do you trade? You don't just place the trade as soon as markets get there, because that is more like support and resistant supply and demand type of a situation. So we need further confirmations on the lowest possible time frames that we can obviously get, and we are going to be acting from there. Good. Another announcement that I would love to make, if you just joined the live stream, the actual live stream is on YouTube. The actual live stream is on YouTube, as you can see right here. The name of the YouTube channel is the same as the name on my what's it called, my TikTok username. Yeah, so you can come on YouTube and tap in from the YouTube side and actually trade live with us. And we also do have what we call, during the week, we have what we call the 9 to 5. So what do we do on the 9 to 5? We stream from 9 a.m. in the morning, every morning, to 5 p.m. every day, completely free. You get to see my trades, you get to see my thought process, everything right there. And probably tomorrow we're gonna get like a $50,000 account with gold funded. Fingers crossed. I've been contemplating, and if I do, I'm also going to be trading that specific account live on YouTube. So man, you just gotta be there. Kwaza says you are really amazing. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate the feedback. If you can see the value in it, then I just love that. I just love it. Danny, I see Danny in the chat. He says, hi, what are you trading, or what are your primary? I don't know, but it just says, what are your primary? Okay, first of all, I am a full-time German 30 and NAS 100 trader. Lately, I just introduced gold into my trading, but I can pretty much analyze any pair. But what I love is trading German 40 and NASDAQ and a bit of gold because of the consistency that I saw. So with my strategy, quality concepts, quantum leap trading, I make about between 25 to 28% monthly. You see, I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about percentages. That's what I want. That's what I make from my prop firm accounts. I make about 25 to 28% monthly. That is a number that is there. So if I were to start a new challenge, I know it's rest assured that if I look at it from a monthly perspective, because that's what I do things. I do things on a weekly perspective, monthly perspective, and yearly perspective. I'm not a short-term guy like that. So I know that 10% can go to my phase 1, 6% can go to my phase 2, and I get to keep 10%, of which is, if I get $10,000 payout from a prop firm, I'm good. And especially in this economy that we live in, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, but I literally can analyze anything. Upeg, he says, which broker can I use for synthetics? Because I don't have them on HFM. So my honest opinion, my honest view is Deriv, bro, synthetic indices, because that's where synthetic indices actually started, and they are audited and they are regulated as well. So yeah. Danny says, thank you, I am answered. And then Scavenger 1.0, which strategy would you advocate for and why? That is a good question. But all that I would say probably makes sense to me, but I'm going to say it anyway. I would advocate for quality concepts, quantum leap trading. The reason is because, but it's mainly for NASDAQ and German 30, right? The reason why is because it's a whole system that has a set of rules, and it is just simple and straightforward. It has about 6-7 rules. And when I say system in place, I'm not talking about indicators. No, I'm talking about a systemized approach towards the market. Number one, it is time-based. Number two, it is setup based. Stop loss and take profit is custom with the strategy. So you don't have to stress about none of those things. So I know that every morning at 9, I trade, and I trade this specific setup. So it's one trade, one setup and one session, specific session. So it's much more organized. That's why I would advocate for it. It's much more organized. But if you are a guy that just, just do things randomly, it could be any that you go for. But for me, I love something that is well put together, and that is why we have QLT concept. That is why. YouTube, what is YouTube saying? We do have Destiny. Destiny says, do you trade using top-down analysis or just focus on 1 hour time frame? And what are your entering criteria? So it all depends on the pair, different pair for different approaches. So I use a strategy called QLT concept, shortened for quantum leap trading. You can join the YouTube streams from tomorrow on a daily basis to see what exactly do we do and why do we do certain things. So it's different pairs for different analysis. With our pairs for German 30, I'm strictly on the 15-minute time frame and only. And if I can tell you, last week we hit 100% win on German 30 London session, straight up, just off the 5-minute time frame. And if I were to trade Nasdaq, I'm on 15 on German 30 and 5-minute on Nasdaq. And my entering criterias, well, I do have a set of rules. Like I said, QLT Concepts has a lot of sets of rules that are in place that you have to follow. So for you to know that entry criteria, you have to put your hands on QLT Concepts, honestly, because if I were to share that right here, it would be so unfair for the people that I have in the private group. Another question, or it's not a question, but Sean on YouTube says, to all the new viewers, you are all welcome. You're at the right place. Here we keep everything simple and easy. Wiseman is the right guy to speak. Everything trading, everything QLT concepts. Oh, QLT concepts to the world. It's actually good. Ray, I'm really loving your work, bro. Just a quick one on candlestick confirmation. Let's say on NAS or gold, does it work the same way as the synthetics? Just pull up tomorrow, bro, on NAS trading sessions and German 30 trading sessions and gold. You'll see, like I said, different approach for different pairs, but you'll see how we do it. But everything is just as transparent as it gets. That is why we are so brave to come on these platforms and just showcase what we do live in real time, because we just keep it as transparent as it gets. So yeah, you can actually join the stream tomorrow. If you enjoyed the stream tomorrow, you are gonna get the whole chandelier. Been live since 5:15. I am most likely to actually go off at 7. Dennis says, how long do you normally keep a trade open? So cool, using QLT concept, German 30, it should be less than 30 minutes. German 30 is normally like a short session for us, I'm not gonna lie. And unless we didn't get necessary confirmations at that specific time, but I don't hold the trade for more than an hour, especially with what I specialize on. Like I said, I specialize with German 30 and I specialize with Nasdaq, so I don't hold trades for that long. If it's more than an hour, then I know it's probably gonna flop. I know it's probably gonna flop. Me knowing the market behavior the way I know it, I know it's probably gonna flop. So I don't waste any time like that. Now someone is asking me on YouTube, what happened to your day in the live videos? Those were very inspirational. I actually removed them and I'm no longer doing day in the lives on YouTube, mainly because yes, the day in the live videos are very much inspirational to you guys. They do motivate you, but they change little to nothing and they contribute nothing to your trading journey. So instead of me showing you the life that I have, let me show you how I get to the life that I have. That's why I stream live, trade live, so that you can copy what I do, replicate what I do, and get the life instead of you watching it, because you get motivated, but your life doesn't change. and motivation fades. You get motivated now, you go find your trading account, and then you blow it. Then what are you gonna do after that? You're gonna go watch the day in the life again and get inspired, but you know. So I just needed. I sat down and thought about. I said I need balance. If I'm gonna show people the lifestyle, let me show them how I get to the lifestyle. And if I can do it live every day, they know it's real. I'm not coming here with before and after screenshots. No, we trade live. We analyze live. We do everything live in real time. You feel me? Bless says, is there an event tomorrow? This is a question from TikTok, so I'm gonna just flip the screen around. Stay, Bless. Let me show you. So, just so next time you don't ask me, is there an event tomorrow? Because there's literally, as a trader, you're supposed to know this. You go to your thingy, your Google, and this is what you are gonna search. You're gonna search Forex Factory. You're gonna search Forex Factory. Yes, I'm traditional. I still use Forex Factory till today. So you're gonna come here, you click more, and you're gonna come here to the filter. This is a filter. You normally it's like this. So what you need to do is you unmark all of this. You leave the red folder. That is for high impact news, and then you're just gonna click on apply filter. After you've applied the filter, this is where you're gonna see all the news for the whole week. These are the fundamental news for the whole week. Tomorrow, 2:30, we have CAD news, CPI, and then Tuesday we have at 8 a.m. we have GBP. That's the claimant count change. Wednesday we have CPI for GBP at 8 a.m. This is South African time, by the way. And then on Thursday, 3:30, we have employment change and unemployment rate for the Australian dollar, as you can see right there. So this is how you see your fundamental news. You can see even for the following week, you can see for as long as you want, honestly. But most of them are tentative, meaning that they are not fully decided upon. So if there are far more, the dates can change, the times can change as well. So yeah, this is the platform you can use to check your fundamental news. Literally nothing hectic, nothing crazy. Okay, cool. What's happening here? What is actually yesterday's lesson on June 30? Cool. So now we're back here. So let me switch the camera again. Put the front camera. Let's see what happens. I hope gold is my favorite also. Okay, Blast, I hope you answered. Let me know if you are. Bonga says, how many setups do you do daily? Well, it depends on the opportunities that we get. Especially with the 9 to 5 stream, there's a lot of opportunities that we're going to get and we are going to take advantage of. But before I started streaming like that, I was just trading once a day. Just imagine, just taking a trade once, but I still managed to get proper payouts. So I don't know what's going to happen now since we're going to be trading more often. It's going to be much more crazy, I tell you. OG Groove, what are you currently trading or what are you analyzing? Currently, we do have a few more trades actually. I'm going to show you, but we are currently waiting for a trade on Bitcoin to give us what we want. And whilst at that, we also do have a few synthetic indices. I don't know if you are familiar with synthetic indices, because pretty much a lot of people here on TikTok are not familiar with synthetic indices. So I don't know what's the reason behind that, but yeah, because synthetic indices have been here for a while, honestly. So yeah, we are on volatility 25, if not mistaken, but I'm gonna check just to get the right one, because I don't want to lie. We are on volatility 25 and we probably are on volatility 10. I'll check with the charts and give you the right thing. I don't wanna come and lie here on the stream. That's the last thing I just wanna do. So, but I'm just turn the screen around That is O Groove. He asked, what are you currently trading? Currently, we are waiting for Bitcoin to tap there. We sell it. And we are on a trade on volatility 25. Let me check on the smallest possible time frame just to see what is happening. Well, it is currently at entry. Not so long ago, we were actually seeing profits. But since we failed to close above, we're still here. And respectively, I do have SL and TP right here and the figures as well. And then we are waiting for volatility 10. What are we waiting for on volatility 10? We are pretty much waiting for a candlestick closure, but not on the 5-minute time frame, on the 15-minute time frame. Instead, we're waiting for volatility 25 index to close with a candle bearish, and then I am gonna participate on a sell trade on volatility, that's volatility 10 index. Right, so yeah, back into the comments. Firstly, let me check if I do have anything on YouTube. Do you have any questions on YouTube? Okay, very understandable. Thanks for being transparent and real. What are your confirmations for an entry? Or you're gonna see that as you tap into the stream. Good. Are we buying gold tomorrow? I'm actually on a, what is it that we're on? I think we're on a sell and we're waiting for a gap. Actually, market closed while we're actually on profit. You know, we're actually on profit. We're actually on gold sells as far as I'm concerned, and we're just waiting for market to open. Might actually stream the Asia session, guys, depending on the level of tiredness that I'll be in. But if I'm not going to be tired, I'll also stream Asia session so that we should be able to see what's this thing? What is this thing? I have a lot in my mind. But yeah, the thing is, if you tap in on YouTube and you trade, what's this? No, guys, I'm not accepting any invites right now. Right now, not yet. I'm still reading questions. All Groove says I'll wait for a confirmation on Bitcoin. Okay, cool. What's the entry on Bitcoin? No, not yet. We don't have confirmation yet. Bitcoin tapping there doesn't mean that we have to sell it instantly. No, not yet. Not now. Not now. Once it gets there, we have to switch to the lowest possible time frame and now start looking for entry triggers and exit triggers as well. So yeah. Okay. Not cool. I don't think I have any other comments that I have to attend to, but I gave you guys setups, so that should be enough. Paul, how long are you looking towards the gold cells? The gold cells. Well, as a scalp, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a very quick one that we are waiting for on gold. A very, very quick one, honestly. A very quick one. A very quick one. All the way to, I'm looking for gold cells all the way to 4,365. That's not profits I want to make. That's the price of gold I am looking towards too. So yeah. Then from there, I'm looking to buy it. That was the analysis that we obviously did have. Bonga says, using 100,000 Rand account, prop firm Rand account, how many entries do you recommend and what's the lot size? So simple and straightforward. When you trade prop firms, you have to be a disciplined guy. You have to be someone that, you know, respects risk. So my risk is somewhere about, with the stop loss, 0.50 to 1% per trade, and take profit can be open all the way to 4. So I can go for 1 to 4. And my stop loss on 100,000 Rand account, especially with Comet Capital, when I trade German 30 Nasdaq, I'll be using 0.05. stop loss of 60 points, take profit of 120 points. That's just how I keep it on a 100,000 Rand account. Yeah, but now I'm currently trading a 1 million Rand account with Comet Capital. So my stop loss, still the same 60 point, take profit 120 points. But my lot size is lot size 1. And if I hit a loss, I am hitting 10,000 Rand. That's 10% of the account. And if I hit take profit, I am hitting 20,000 Rand. That's 2% of the trading account. That's what I love about trading accounts. It's all about the account size. The bigger the account, the better. The bigger the account, the better. So yeah. Someone is asking me, will gold be volatile tomorrow? Well, to be honest with you, I do not know. Mainly because I am not a fundamental based guy, so I don't look at the news. My strategy, doesn't revolve around those things. But I do have a model inside the strategy that can allow you to trade fundamental news, whatever, high impacts, whatever. It's just the easiest. Fundamentals are easy. I streamed NFP live, actually gave out the signal on NFP day in the morning. I said, NFP, NASDAQ is buying and we're buying it now. When NFP comes, we buy it again, we continue with it, and that happens. And I told them where it's going to reject, and that's what actually happened. So I don't see the need of me reading the news if my strategy can cater for the news so easy and so smooth, Yeah. On volatility 25 index, can I use a 15-minute time frame to place a buy order? Time frame doesn't matter if you do what I'm telling you to do. If I say I'm buying and my stop loss is this, my take profit is that, it doesn't matter. What matters is your lot size with regard to your trading account size. But yeah, that's what I was actually talking about earlier on, that a lot of people out there are even buying signals. So sad. We do that live every day. Someone can buy a signal and they still don't know the how to use a signal. Someone asks, so if I place a trade on the 1 hour time frame and you place it on the 5-minute time frame, would I be losing and you winning? No, it doesn't happen. If I go to profits, you go to profit as well. If I'm on a negative, you're also going to be on a negative. Yeah, that's just how it works. That's just how it works. Nkosana on YouTube is asking, so on $100,000 account you said 0.5. No. I said 100,000 Rand account, not $100,000 account. So you can just do the math from 100,000 Rand to $100,000. You can just do the math. But on 100,000, because on a $50,000 account, I use lot size 1. That means on a $100,000 account, I'd use lot size 2. And don't freak out. The contract sizes on a prop firm is far more different compared to the contract sizes on a broker and a prop firm. Is not the same. To trade synthetic indices, you use derivative, right? Yes, that's what I use. Alternatively, you can also hit me up on the DMs, account size and leverage. I can help you with that. Very true. Cool. Are you going for CA for the CAD trim CPI? Yes, I'm gonna be. I trade everything. I'm gonna trade everything. Trade everything on the live stream. Honestly, we are gonna be trading it live. Do you offer copy trading? No, I do not offer copy trading. Even though I am a guy that is under a FSCA license, but I don't offer trading. But yeah, I am under a FSCA license. I am a representative, so we're good, bro. Like we're good like that. We just don't talk a lot about these things. We don't boast about them, but we're good. We're good like that. What time do you trade German 30? Nah, just tap in. We are going to be trading German 30 London session from 8:30 when the stream starts. The main focus is German 30 and also, and also NASDAQ as well. So tomorrow there's CAD at 2:30. Don't worry, it's going to be covered. It's going to be covered on the stream, honestly. Just join the stream if you want to know what's going on with the CAD CPI. we're gonna trade it live. We are gonna trade it live. So guys, yeah, I've been here for about 2 hours now. Well, it's time for me to end the stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you'd like to get the full experience, that is on YouTube. Now I'm talking with the TikTok guys. If you want to get the full experience, send me a DM and I'll put you on the YouTube live, the actual live, and you're going to be trading with us live from YouTube. And yeah, the rest please tell me the signal. I will not have internet connection. Bro, I haven't analyzed. So like I said, we are gonna trade CPI right there on the live. So pull up on YouTube. You're gonna trade CPI live with us. Because if you're not gonna have internet, then that means you're not gonna trade CPI, right? So what do you need the signal for? Okay guys, TikTok family, my love and leave you. What time are you guys going live? We go live from 9 to 5. 9 in the morning to 5 p.m. on YouTube. Not on TikTok, on YouTube. So send me a DM. I'll send you the link to the YouTube. Cheers, guys. Right, now talking to my YouTube family only. What's happening? The bonuses, thank you, sir. All right. Yeah, guys, we pushed it from 5. Not one of the longest stream, but mainly because there's really nothing much to synthetic indices, to be honest with you. Me, I love German 30. I love Nasdaq, and now I also love gold. So yeah. Zondo says, I'm still waiting on your DM. What do you mean? Did you send me a WhatsApp text or what? If you are... Let me see. Vincent, are you live on this channel every day? Yes, every day. Every day, no time off, no day off. And this is probably the shortest stream because now we do about 4 hours, and from tomorrow we're going to be doing about 7 hours because it's from 9 to 5. So we're going to be doing about 7 hours straight up stream, no rest. So yeah, we stream live every day in Vincent, so do make sure that you tap in. We trade live every day. If you say Nasdaq, are you referring to NAS 100? Yes, Eben Trumpet. That's what I'm actually referring to. You don't have to overthink it. So it depends. A lot of some other firms or brokers would call it Nasdaq. Some others would call it NAS 100. Some others would call it US 100. Some others call T100. You know, but yeah, that's what I'm referring to. So there's really nothing much special to it. I appreciate your time, bro. God bless. Most definitely. You know, we've been doing it on a daily. We show up on a daily. Even sometimes we don't get confirmations. Sometimes we have slow trades. But man, we show up on a daily. We really show up on a daily like that. So that's what it takes. And I think this is something I should talk about because I think we should also be covering psychological stuff. Reputation, even if you don't see results, reputation, even if it's low, reputation, show up, and eventually it finally clicks and you get that. Because I believe that there's a level of understanding when it comes to trading that you need to reach. A certain level of understanding that brings a lot of confidence. A level of knowing. When you know you have someone in your life that is very supportive. You have someone that is always there for you, someone that you can ask for anything. You understand that person, and you know that if I go to this person, they definitely gonna give me what I want, no matter what it takes. You need that understanding towards trading. You knowing trading to that extent. I know trading. I know it. I know that if I do this is the outcome. I know that if I place the buy, my take profit is here. It's gonna hit my take profit. I know it. Even if I have room for disappointment, but it's a thing of I take it as a learning curve, because I know it that in a long run it's rewarding. In a long run, it brings about consistency. In a long run, it brings about that life that I've always wanted. So I want you guys to, in this boot camp, in this 9 to 5 series that I'm about to have next week, I want you guys to have a deeper understanding with trading. I know a lot of people would say, nah, there's nothing deeper with trading, but there is something deeper with trading, and there is something deeper with everything in life, just in general. There is something deeper. There is always something deeper. And once you finally get to understand that, you are good to go. Same with Christianity. For my people that goes to church, there is something deeper with Christianity. Once you understand the benefits that you have in God, once you understand what it really means to be saved, you view things differently, and you know that since God has given me the dominion over the earth and all this authority, I know what it means. Not just knowing it on a writing, but knowing what it really means and being able to benefit from that. That is the level of knowing and understanding that I want you guys to know when it comes to trading. Not analyzing. Yes, everyone can analyze, guys. Let's be honest. Everyone can analyze, man, but it's not everyone who's consistently profitable when it comes to trading, because there is a lack of knowledge. There's a lack of understanding. Even the Bible makes it clear that my people are perishing because they lack knowledge. They lack understanding. That's what I want. I'm at a level where I understand trading. That's why sometimes I analyze and I give you guys a setup, and someone says, no, we are buying, and I said we are selling, and markets end up selling. Not that because I'm always right or my strategy is perfect, it's 100%. No, it's the level of understanding. It also goes with intuition. At some point, once you get and you reach that level of understanding, it also triggers your intuition. Now you can tell that no, markets are going to reject here, and you don't know why you say it's going to reject, and it rejects. It's so fascinating, but it has a lot. It's so peaceful once you get to that level. It's so peaceful. I remember PPI. I told them, yes, for the opening we are going to sell, but we are going to reject. I couldn't tell why. I never knew what was the reason, but I said, this is where it's gonna make that U-turn. I knew it. I said it is gonna reject. I said it is gonna reject, and it did. Not because I'm a better trader, not because I see things that you cannot see. No. It's that level of understanding, and that level of understanding, my friends, comes with a lot of reputation. Comes with a lot of delusion. A lot of delusion is. It's so deeper. It's so deeper than you can think of it. Sean says, my brother, you must bring Bible studies before you start your session, like you always did, bro. Yeah, no problem. I can do that. Vincent says, thanks, bro. I'll be here. Daily bread vibes, most definitely. Viet here, it's first time here. I'm ready to sail with you. I've sent you a WhatsApp. Proper stuff. I'll save your number, and I'll make sure that every time I go live, I send you that notification. I send you the link, so you become part of the live streams. That I'll make sure. So yeah, I will definitely do that. I'm gonna bring the Bible verses and bring more psychology into this, because My wish is for everyone to understand trading the way I understand trading. My wish is for everyone to actually get locked in the way I am. And not worry, because a lot of traders are worried. You guys worry before you can place your trade. You worry. You worry. And that's what I'm trying to fix. I'm trying to make sure that we don't get people worrying about this. This is not something to worry about. This is something you should be happy every time it's time for you to come and trade. You should be happy about it. You'd have that in you that, oh damn, I'm happy. You know, you must worry when you go to bed. You must worry that, no, I want to trade, because that's how you love trading. Trading isn't meant to be depressing. Isn't meant to be stressing you out. And if you continue trading the way that you trade, that's not going to change. You need a system in place with a set of rules that is so simple and straightforward, and that's QLT concept, quantum leap trading. We did it for that, mainly for that, to take off the worry off people's shoulders. So yeah, that's just about it, and that's just it for a day. I love you guys so much, as per usual. Take care of yourself. It's Sunday. Tomorrow is a new day, new week. There's a lot that is there in place for us.